Hey everyone, so welcome back to today's review. We are going to be reviewing the all-new Urban Decay Petite Heat palette. This thing is supposed to be launching here very soon. So we're going to go ahead. We are going to be talking about this palette. I'm going to show you guys swatches and do a little bit of a comparison to the actual Heat palette and let you guys know my thoughts on it, and that way you guys can decide if it's something that you guys want to pick up. So before we get jumping into it, make sure to subscribe down below before you guys leave. That way you guys can be up to date with my videos and you guys can be a part of my family. And if you guys always want to follow me on social media and just hang out with me other than just YouTube, you guys can always follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, all that good stuff at StephsBeauty05. So let's go ahead and get started on the review. So here is what the box looks like. You're going to get the box looking like this, and it's going to say Naked Heat on it. And then on the back side, it's going to have a little bit of information about what the whole palette is and why it was inspired to create it. Then when you guys actually open up, the actual packaging of the palette is really, really pretty. It's got these roses in the background, and then coming through the roses are flames. When you open it up, just like the other Naked Basics palette, if you guys own that one, you guys will notice very, very similar. You got a full-size mirror, and then you're going to get a total of 6 shadows in the palette. This does retail for $29, and it's going to come with one highlighting shade, which they consider to be a semi-matte highlighting shade, and then the rest of the shades are matte shadows. So I'm going to go ahead and do some swatches so you guys can see. The very first shade is that semi-highlighting shade, which is called Inhale, and it's a really great brow bone color. Then you're going to have a Vibrate, a Hot Spell, Wild Things, which is this very true orange shadow, very, very pretty, Heist, and then the very last shade, which is the darkest shade, is called Strike. So these are all 6 brand new shades to this palette, but of course, me being me, I did want to compare it to the Naked Heat. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to swatch them side by side so you guys can see any similarities. So the very first one we're going to swatch is Inhale, which the closest I could find in the Heat palette would be Ounce. Then we have Vibrate and Chaser from the Naked Heat palette. Hot Spell and Sauced was the closest one. Then we have Wild Things, and Wild Things is actually the only one that I don't feel is similar to anything. It's like its own color, which I really, really like because that is my favorite color in this palette. Then Heist is very similar, in my opinion, to Cayenne. And then the very last one is Strike, which is kind of another combination between Fuego and Ashes. It's not as dark as Ashes, but Strike, I will say, in the baby palette here was not as intense and dark as I expected it to be. You can definitely make it dark, but it's going to be a lot softer. So if you are somebody that does not play around with a lot of dark colors, I think you'll benefit from this palette as well, because the blending of the darkest shadow blends out really nicely, so it won't be super stark and super heavy. You can definitely build that color. This palette does retail for $29. It isn't available until February 22nd. The other thing I wanted to mention, just reading off of Trend Mood's site, is that it says that it will be available for us February 22nd, but if you are in Canada or Europe, March 1st will be the sale date, and then Mexico will be May 1st. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on this palette. I know I've seen it a few times now, kind of blowing up on Instagram, and I was really excited that I got it in PR to review for you guys. Let me know if it's something that you guys plan to pick up, if you guys already own the Naked Heat and do you guys love it, or are you guys going to pass? Let me know down below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.